there, tubers. How about another basic cooking lesson? And have you been listening to my morning meditations? Well, I figured pancakes would go perfectly with morning meditations. You get up, you do your meditation, you do your poopy, and then you make pancakes. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Doesn't everybody poopy in the morning? I mean, what, you didn't expect that out of me? Come on, you know me better than that. I'm not sure if you remember, but my basic cooking series is extraordinarily popular with a couple of different kinds of people. There's the people who are just newly moved out from home, maybe young millennials or, people who've been hanging on their parents' coattails forever. And another bunch of people is those who are newly single, particularly widowers. Men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who never had to learn to cook. So I am happy to help. And pancakes. What's more comforting than pancakes? Unless you're gluten-free. And then I understand that if you're careful, in some stores even have a whole friggin' section of gluten-free shit that you can buy, and you can still have pancakes. Think about the kind of pancakes you want before you go to the store. Do you want fruit in them? Do you want to put jam and peanut butter on them? Oh, and by the way, there's a link down below in the description about all kinds of crazy fucking shit you can do with your pancakes. I thought it was hysterical. I hope you do. Make yourself a shopping list. That'll be very, very, very helpful so that you don't overbuy at the grocery store. Because I'm assuming that you're on some sort of budget. Most everybody is, unless you're super fucking rich, and then why are you watching my videos? You probably got somebody cooking for you anyway. I'm very much a traditionalist with my pancakes. I just want blueberries in them and butter and syrup on them. Simple. Really simple. Oh, another thing to think about as you get ready to cook, and we'll get into this a little bit more with the prep. Do you want thick, fluffy pancakes? The kind that are like a pillow? Or do you like thin pancakes? The kind that the syrup just, the syrup. Yeah, the syrup. I like my pancakes thinner than I am. That's how I like them. Another advantage to thin pancakes, if you make them really thin like crepes, you can roll shit up in them and make like a pancake burrito. For those of you who don't live anywhere near someplace where they serve Mexican food, that's just rolled up shit that you put in your hand and you eat it. It's delicious.
What about frozen pancakes?
I'm not sure if you heard that, but some douchebag just asked me about frozen pancakes. No, please, no. You've got to be terribly desperate or really unwilling to cook if you're gonna buy frozen pancakes. No, fuck no. You don't need to spend a whole fuck ton of money on fancy implements or pans to make pancakes. You can make them in a flat griddle, which of course is really easy, or you can even make them in a little old fry pan. This one's, I don't know, look at the back of it, man. I've been using this for, a long time. And I got a hot tip for you. I'm gonna cook one pancake in the griddle, and I'm gonna cook the test pancake in the small pan so that I can prove to you that you can use either one. I suppose you're wondering about tools. Spatula. I happen to have 3 different sizes because, I've been using a kitchen for a long fucking time. One is all you need. You need some sort of whisk or a spoon or a long-handled fork. You need some sort of measuring implement. Even this little thing that came with my soap, you can use it. It's got measure marks on it. Measure cups, can you tell how old these things are? Yeah, the thing of it is, once you buy the shit once, you have it. As long as you treat your shit right, you keep it forever. I know the retail stores don't like that, but you don't need to buy something new every fucking year. Perhaps most important is a clear mixing bowl. I like to use this one as a measure pitcher because it just makes it easier to pour. Although, I'll also show you how to dip your pancakes out with a little tiny scoop. Are you ready to mix this shit? I thought so. Now listen, this is not a sponsored video. This just happens to be my favorite brand of pancake mix. And the number one reason that I'm telling you about it is because the directions on the back are fucking foolproof. You would have to be some sort of, you couldn't read or you couldn't understand or whatever the fuck. If you don't pay attention, you're not going to be able to make pancakes. So just pay attention. Put on your big girl and big boy panties, okay? It even tells you how to get your griddle ready. We'll show you that in a minute. It tells you to put a little oil in it, and it tells you how much heat, and it tells you how to test it. That's super important. Up here in the red, how many pancakes do you want? 6 to 8, 12 to 16, 18 to 22. Let's just start out small, okay? Start out just feeding you. We can even in half this recipe for 6 to 8. They don't say what size those pancakes are, so, well, what the hell. I've got people here who can eat these pancakes when I'm finished, so we'll see. And I might have 1 or 2. That calls for 1 cup of mix and 3/4 cup of water. And actually, that's very important when you're shopping for pancake mix at the store. If it calls for milk and eggs and all this other bullshit, just say no. Just find the one that's super simple. Batter and water, done, in a pan. Good. I like to hold the box open like this when I'm going to put my measure cup in it because it just makes it easier and it doesn't get shit all over the place. It's super handy to have a knife right next to where you're working so that you can smooth off the top of the measure. And the deal is you use the back side of the knife, the smooth side, and you just scrape off the extra very gently, very gently. Very gently back into the box. Now you know you have 1 cup. Boom. Down you go. Now it just so happens that this little measure also has a 3/4 mark. So you put your finger right here so that when you put the water in it, you know exactly how much water you've got. Now, remember that I told you I like my pancakes a little thinner? The directions on the box say that if you like your pancakes thinner, add more water and stir it for a little bit longer. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's just about halfway between 3/4 cup and 1 whole cup. Boom. There we go. Let's mix this shit. Boom, ready to go. Except that it also says if you want thin pancakes, you have to keep beating all the lumps out. It's like, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. You know Granny doesn't go there because we don't beat anything. We're all about the love. So before we go over to the stove, you guys, hey, please remember to subscribe if you're on YouTube and follow if you're on Facebook and share my shit everywhere. I'll tell you that again later too. Now the directions on the box say to use a medium-high heat. And to me, that's what that looks like. The directions on the package say that you have to put a little Crisco in the bottom of the pan or some sort of oil. But I'm not sure that you really need that in a Teflon pan. What the fuck? If you're one of those people who freaks out about Teflon, then use another pan. I'm good with that. Here's another test. According to the package, to find out if the pan is the right temperature, see how the water drops? Go sizzle. So this is our test pancake, just a little tiny one, okay? Little tiny one. See how it spreads around? All right, see how the bubbles are coming up? This is how you know it's getting cooked. What you want to watch for is when a bunch of these bubbles have popped and it gets a little sheen on the top. Oh, then it's time to turn it over. Oh, look how perfect that is. First try. Yay! Granny for the win. Little tiny bit more. We'll lift up the edge. What have we got here? Have we got any color going on yet? Nope, no color. Not yet. Let it sit there another little tiny bit. See how by disturbing it, the bubbles went away? You gotta wait till it's all bubbles. It's like when you fry an egg, you gotta wait till it's almost done at the top. Because when you turn it over, you just get a little tiny bit more cooking. I know, this is like watching a pot of water boil. It seems to take forever, but don't take your eyes off it because then it'll be done. See this part over here? It's already done. I think we're ready. We got some color now. Here we go. Put your spatula under it and flip it. Bam! Oh, doesn't that look perfect? It cooks for just another little tiny bit. You don't cook it as long on the second side because it's already almost cooked before you ever turn it over. We'll lift it up and see. Ah, another tiny little bit. While you wait for it, now it's time to get your plate ready. Let's move that big pan over and make us some real pancakes here, kids. Pancake 1. Pancake 2. Pancake 3. Pancake 4. So I'm guessing that the measurements for 6 to 8 pancakes were for these that are, what would you say, about the size, little less the size of a hamburger patty. So I guess you could get 6 to 8 of these out of there. Not the big giant ones that they serve you in a restaurant. Now, something I don't like about a square pan on a round burner is that you can see there's different areas of the pancake that are getting cooked before other areas, and it's a little difficult to turn them around, but we're gonna give this a try. Okay? Fuck. I did not put anything under this. This right here is a fail because I forgot to put the oil in the bottom of the pan. So now we know why you have to put a little oil in the bottom of the pan, because they will stick even to a Teflon pan. Well, you know what? Not every lesson I do is going to be perfect. I'm going to move this over here. This is the failure pan. Let's do the sizzle test. Just beginning to sizzle. There we go. I'm just going to cook these fuckers one at a time. The treat of the century here, I'm gonna throw some blueberries in them. Oh yeah. Now I bet you think my blueberries look really weird, don't they? Well, that's because I cut them in half. Because if you leave them whole, then sometimes the batter doesn't cook evenly around them. Look at that! Look at those bubbles in the top! Oh my gosh, this is gonna be perfect! See there, I got blueberries sticking together. We don't want that. That's another test. If it doesn't quite move, if it's not ready to move, it's not done on the bottom yet. See there? It's getting stuck a little bit, still in the middle. We got it done around the edges, but not in the middle yet. What do you think? Should we give this a try? Oh yeah, slides nicely. Did you see how that happened? Boom! Yeah! Actually, I'm not the pancake cooker in my family, so I'm learning this the same time that you are. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can actually hear the blueberries sizzling. Can you see the steam? Ho ho, check it out! Over you go. Oh dear. If there's any kids watching, that's my best attempt at Mickey Mouse, and it really looks awful. Let's try one more and see if I can get this shit right. So we got a little more oil. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Yeah. Because what is life without blueberry pancakes? Close. Let's get the big spatula. Let's go big. Here we go. Phew. Finally! I don't think they'll ever hire me at Waffle House, but I did it. We'll just cover the other guy up. I learned my lesson! You remember earlier when I said I wasn't sure about putting the oil in the pan, even if it was Teflon? Well, you saw that I fucked it up, and I learned my lesson, but at least I got one really good pancake out of it. And the twins are here, and Rod's gonna eat it because he said he'll eat anything that I fix. Vince would love them, but you know, Vince is the gluten intolerant kind of one, so too bad, Vince. Too bad. You see, even I fuck things up. So if you fuck up your first batch of pancakes, don't feel bad, okay? Hey, if you've been following my channel for any length of time at all, you know that this company called Tiny Sponsor has come to the table to help me with the editing. That's why we get things to look so flash. Tiny Sponsor is the only creator-first marketplace for creators and influencers. And if you are an influencer, well, you should just hook them up and get yourself a profile and customize the kind of videos that you would like to engage with sponsors for. And hey, if you are a brand or a company or an organization, someone who would like to sponsor me or anyone else you can think of, check out the Tiny Sponsor website. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And hey, you know why? Because Granny says so. It's the tits. Patreon grandkids, what do you think of this? First of all, thank you so much for supporting what I do and helping along with Tiny Sponsor to keep me solvent. And what kind of pancakes are your favorite? Let me know. And all the rest of you guys, for fuck's sake, yes. If you have a pancake of your childhood that's absolutely the best thing you love, tell us about it. Let's have a pancake discussion in the comments. That would be just major mega tits right there. Oh, and you know there's going to be the commercial. Follow on the Facebook, subscribe on the YouTube, share my shit everywhere, leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button. You know, all that shit that just shows people that you love what I do. Because I love you. You know I do. Don't make me cry. It's pancake time. I can't be crying. Fuck no. Oh, you're all so wonderful. Granny loves you. All of you.